Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Line's Favorite. Today I have a 4v4 custom match here on the most famous map in all of Supreme Commanderdom. It is SETON'S Clutch. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map and ending with Team 2 on the southwestern side of the map. Starting off with Team 1's rear guard slide player, we have in Emerald Green, it is Pants. Hopefully he is wearing pants. He is a Seraphim. He is a 2000 rated. To his west, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is Turbo 2. He's playing as an Aeon for this match as a 2400. To his south, in the Causeway position, we have the Wiki / Deli. He's playing as a Cybern. He is a 2800. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. And last but not least, for Team 1, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Sains. He's playing as an Aeon. He is a 1600 in the Cliff Rock Eastern map position. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 0 UEF. They have 1 Cybern, 2 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. Starting with Team 2's regular sub position, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Printer. He's probably going to be printing some ASFs here shortly. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1600. To his east, in the beach slot, we have in Stage Blue, it is Deli. He's playing as Aeon. He is a 2600. He's actually named Terrari, actually. So just be aware of that. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. To his north, we have in Orange, the color orange, it is Resistance playing as a UEF. He is a 2300. And last but not least, for Team 2 in the Cliff / Rock position, it is Seraphim Nuke, not playing as a Seraphim. He is a UEF. He is a 2200 in lightish red. Is that lightish red pink or is that Barbie pink? I think that's Barbie pink. Something like that. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 UEF, 1 Cybern, and 1 Aeon, and 0 Seraphim, which means not every faction is represented on each side of the map, but together they are represented overall. And let's take a look at where, of course, these players are headed off to. Down towards the middle of the map, we have, of course, Deli, air quotes, being the Wiki, going to face off against Resistance. We do see Deli, air quotes, being Terrari, moving in to the middle of the map. Of course, going after that Reclaim, trying to get as much of it as possible before all the crazy nonsense, of course, of SETON'S happens. And this is a perfect time to talk about the results of the poll on the channel about what the name of the Loyalists, the group of the Loyalists, is going to be. And in last place, it is No Opinion with 0%. So everybody who participated did have an opinion. So I love to see that. First Comic Con action, of course, does note between Deli being the Wiki on Team 1 and Resistance of Team 2. Third place, we have Glitch of Loyalists at 5%. And then in second place, we have Mob of Loyalists at 25%. And that leaves 70% of the 131 votes goes to Legion of Loyalists. So that is the official name of the, not official name, but at least the name of the group of the Loyalists that I'll be using from henceforth and forever. So again, thank you so much for all those who participated in the voting. And the next poll will probably be Ilshi. So just be aware of that. In the next couple of days, that poll will pop up at some point. We do see, of course, the players of Resistance and I'm going to keep saying Deli, but the Wiki fighting over Reclaim. We see Resistance going for the T3 Rex, and then we see now they're switching over to those Salem's. Team 1's Beach player of Turbo 2 did not join the middle of the map, as is the new meta, or same meta. I guess it's been the meta for a while now, so just the meta that will favor Team 2 in this engagement, and will kick out Team 1's Wiki here shortly. Here comes the other Deli, inbound to assault Team 1's Deli, or the Wiki. We do see he's going to go after that other Salem wreck here shortly. See a couple of Lobos shooting at the comm of the Wiki. He's actually dropping almost into the yellow. He's going to get, no, I was going to think he's going to get some veterancy. Oh, no, maybe not. He has to switch up what he's doing because he's being shot at by those Lobos. Deli is inbound. And he is going to be put in a very interesting position. We have both of the players from Team 2 behind Deli, the Wiki from Team 1. And it will force him to either go into the northern pond or the southwestern pond. southeastern pond, and it doesn't bode well for any sort of reinforcements for the wiki, being that they're being body blocked by these two commanders. So not doing well for Team 1 in the middle of the map. And in terms of the side islands, that is Barbie Pink. Now that I look at it a little bit more, we do see that Team 2 has grabbed theirs and Team 1 has grabbed theirs. So no stealing of any side islands in this game, which, sometimes it's nice to see that. But for the most part, it does really trend in that direction where Team 1 gets this one, Team 2 gets this one. That's pretty much it. Transport inbound with some being one engineer on board from Team 2's Seraphim Noob, going to drop off one mechs, and T2 mechs about to be upgraded to... Is there anything else on board? Is there a mech marine on board? Yeah, no, it's just the engineer. Looks like maybe capturing mechs? Yeah, he's going to capture a mechs. And the engineer will be denied. Almost captures that Team 1 mechs, unfortunately. But hey, it was a lovely attempt nonetheless. Does that say we just bully him a little and then go... Oof. That's a little rough there. We do see that. Again, the wiki is still behind. Rat. Pointed out by Terrari, just naming his forces on the fly. Radar system established in the middle here to get a little bit more intelligence gathering for the wiki and the rest of Team 1. T2 Air is now online, and T2 Air is online. Of course, the naval players for this match are definitely going to go for their T2 Air headquarters to get those torp bombers online, so that way they can start. What does it say? Wants to resume the game, but has to wait 7 seconds. Something like that. So it looks like there was just a slight pause there. We do see that couple of shots now raining into Terrari's comm. And again, the wiki wants to go home, but he's kind of stuck between these two commanders from Team 2. And honestly, he might just be stuck there for a little while longer. Maybe Team 2 would like to get some maybe pillars or something online to just really drive that comm away. But for now, he's just staying there. He's almost at 1-star vet, so hey, there's that. Nano repair was started and immediately canceled for Seraphim Noob. Does look like he said his gun was online. Gun is online for him. Don't know what he's up to with that gun on board that commander in his main base. He's prepping for something, I guess. Naval facility has been established in the north for both players. In the southeast, naval facility is also established for both players. No T2 Navy that I've seen as of yet. I think it's a little bit early for T2 Navy, to be honest with you. But who knows? Somebody might be trying to split or speed through the tech tree as fast as possible. And oh, look, the cat. The cat makes its appearance once again. Gotta love that cat coming to say hi. It looks like it's going to be Terrari making it. He's going to sit there and just build that little cat in the middle of the map. Kind of will be annoying for Team 1's forces having to traverse around the cat. And Terrari's like, I probably should fall back and not build my cat. Sad, but, he tried nonetheless. Mex is finished. Going to get repaired. And going to be denied. It looks like now both Resistance and Terrari have been pushed out of Team 1's territory. And the wiki, still here. We go to bed, Rezi, says the wiki. Talking about probably this is a late game for some of them going rock, says Printer. Team 1's Pans on a transport headed all the way. Yep, he's going to the side island, so that is going to be his island here shortly if Team 2 does not intercept him. Looks like they did spot the transport at some point, so they are aware of it. We do see that Terrari's taking some hits. Resistance is forced into the water. Oh, a couple of fire beetles came to say hi. And nope, that's going to be the end of that engagement for Resistance. Resistance pops right back out. Looks like, I don't think you can see those. You can't see those nice little fire beetles. And, ooh, I think maybe Team 2... Oh, they can see them. Never mind. They have cloaking on board, though. How does that work? I don't know how that works with cloaking. They shouldn't be able to see them. But whatever. There is a mongoose nearby. Resistance still getting hit by the comm of the wiki. And facility tries to hamper the movement from the wiki. And we do see a couple of PD being established, and the rest of those fire beetles are dealt with. Nice use of fire beetles, taking out tons of hit points on board those two commanders for Team 2. Transport of Team 2 Seraphim Noob is inbound. And Pants is establishing a TAC missile underneath Team 1's naval forces in the north. Seraphim Nuke drops on top of Team 1. And Delhi now going to walk back out of the water. Again, it's gun versus no gun and no veterancy as well. Mongi still inbound. 3v1 says Wiki. And Resistance popping out of the water once again. Resistance of about 50% hit points. Again, these frigates do not have torpedoes on board, so it's not really that useful. They were subs to be a little bit more useful, to be honest. But they are going to keep that commander in their sights for the time being. We do see Pants now has missile and T3 engineering sprint on board, and he's built a nice little torp launcher to protect himself. Missiles are inbound. Looks like it's inbound for that facility, and that facility is still at Team 1, so no T2 headquarters has been even started, and it will deny naval forces in the north for Team 2. There it goes. One frigate gets off the assembly line at the last second, and we do see Seraphim Nuke pushing in with the Resistance. We do see Resistance essentially just body blocking Delhi's not body blocking, but trying to just encourage Delhi to stay away from the shoreline. And we have a couple of 5 wheels. Yeah, this cloaking should deter any Team 2 from seeing them. And they do pop up on visual contact. It is kind of strange, though, that they show up. And Seraphim Nuke's going to take some damage from this if they actually explode on the comm. More of them are inbound. He's dropping into the yellow. Kills off 3 of them with a nice little blast there. It is... I feel like that's strange that they don't... Well, maybe it's a radar thing? Oh, maybe they have... Oh, they have cloaking, but they have no stealth. Maybe that's what it is. No, that's what it is. They don't have any stealth. That would make sense. And I thought I heard an explosion somewhere, but I guess not. Team 2's Resistance going for a gun. Delhi trying to say, no, you can't go for gun. Resistance is going to have to stop because of some frigates on the shoreline. And now Mongi's moving in to intercept the frigates from Team 1's Sains. And Delhi taking lots... Gosh dang it. Wiki taking a lot of damage, and Resistance at 3,700 hit points. And Wiki, there he goes. He is killed off. All of the Mongis are dead. Is he treading chat? And there he goes. Team 1's the Wiki has been eliminated from the game at 12.5 minutes. Is now a 4v3 in favor for Team 2. And the missiles on board. Pants doing a very good job of wiping out some mexes on the side islands. Another facility has been established, upgrading immediately to T2. But unfortunately, the missile is inbound, and there it goes. Oh, right before it was upgraded. And that is unfortunate. Another naval facility has been denied. And torp bombers are inbound from Team 2 to go after Pants' comm. He's hiding underneath that torp launcher, trying to stay alive. He does have, again, additional hit points from the T3 engineering suite, and, of course, the 3-star veterancy pinned to his leg, chest, head, plate thing. T3 air online for Team 2, T3 air online for Team 1, of course. And now with the death of the Wiki, it is now the Causeway of Turbo 2 is under that control. He'll probably just build some defenses and call it a day. T2 started onboard Resistance's comm to do the exact same thing. We do see Seraphim Nuke starting to fall back in case of any incursions from Team 1's naval player in the east. T2 Navy online, T2 Navy online. So it's Aeon v Aeon in the southeast for Pond, and it's UEF versus Aeon in the north. So lots of soon-to-be maybe Torrents, and hopefully some of those Neptunes. TMD is built in time, and it will save the T2 naval headquarters, but there are some frigates inbound and a destroyer. Destroyer now on the front lines. It will be the let's say beginning of the end for those facilities. They're going to target the TMD, of course, so the missiles can keep raining on in. We do see some missiles raining in from the north. Once again, there is a TMD here. Probably should put a TMD there just to protect it a little bit more, but it falls a little short. Don't know what's about that. We do see some ASFs over top of some destroyers from Team 1. Don't know why they didn't attack those torp bombers, though. That seemed kind of weird. And a little bit of some skirmishing going on between the air players, but nothing too crazy at this point. Game is kind of quieted down a little bit, at least on the eastern front. Look at this, just a nice little blockade of his own naval facility. And Team 1 just gearing up for an attack. T3 Navy, maybe? Maybe soon. RAS has been started for Printer's comm, trying to get as much mass out of that comm as possible. And Team 2 still kind of stuck near the edge of the map. And with the gains in eco for Team 1's Turbo 2, he will be able to pump out even more naval units. Maybe we'll go just straight to T3 here shortly and go after the Northern Pond. Missile is inbound. Team D has been built, and the missile is going to be less and less effective due to the communications from Team 2's players saying, hey, he has a missile, watch out. It is inbound. Printer going for his ARAS, his regular RAS, of course. Scooping up all of the regular Team 1 P-Gens for a little bit more mass to help expedite that air upgrade. And the game has kind of quieted down AL a little bit. We do see a couple of naval forces engaging the Team 1 naval facility for resistance. He's dipping his toes in the Navy. He's going to be immediately denied. Might need to switch over to this side. Does look like the overcharge from Seraphim's comm actually wipes out a nice little destroyer. So nice shot there from him. And now this destroyer from Team 1 is going to get absolutely bullied by these frigates and destroyer from Team 2's southern naval player of Terrari. And I wonder if he renamed his commander. He did not. You see the front line mechs to the northwest has been knocked out. Shield's going to be built to try to protect a new mech that'll be built here shortly. And a couple of destroyers trying to shoo away the ones from Team 1. ASF's just cleaning out a couple of interceptors and scouts and whatnot from Team 2. TMD is down. Missile can rain in. And the core mexes for Team 2's Seraphim have been targeted. And the second one is going to be denied. There it goes. Another 9 mass a second for Team 2 has been eliminated at 17 minutes on the dot almost. And another missile has been raining in. There's another T2. Oh, was that a P-Gen there? I think there was a P-Gen there. How's his power doing? Because it's probably not doing super well. Another missile inbound. That's another T2 mechs dead for Team 2 Seraphim Noob. He's getting bullied by that missile launcher. 5-star vet, 17,000 mass killed before 20 minutes. Done very well for himself. Another missile is inbound. The Team D has been knocked out. And there goes another 9 mass a second. He's just not getting a break, that Seraphim Noob. And he might just be stuck over here on the eastern pond instead of the northern pond because it's just being denied. Engagement over here by some frigates and some destroyers from Team 2 and Team 1. Not a lot of subs for Team 2. A couple of them for Team 1, though. I do like the little mixture of units there. I think that'd be actually a little bit better for Team 2 to be able to go after the counter subs a little bit better. T2 Navy is online for resistance. He definitely needs, or Seraphim definitely needs the assistance in Navy. We do see resistance trying to help out with his comm on the shoreline, at least take some shots for that way that his facilities do not. But with a lot of the mass dead for Team 2's Western naval player of resistance, going to be hard pressed to fight back against the double eco of Turbo. He's sitting at almost 300, and Team 2's highest income player is going to be Printer at 200 and some change. Port Bomber, don't know what he was doing over there, but ooh, I love this play. He's going straight for T3, and please, oh please, oh please, start building. Yep, there she is. The Neptune class battle cruiser is coming online. We do see Pants now being shot at by some Torps on board these Valiant class destroyers. Pants is essentially, he's not really regenning as much as he's taking damage, but he's regenning enough to be fine for now. And that's with no nano on board. He's doing pretty well for himself. We do see some cruisers online for Team 2 as well for Seraphim Noob. So as much as he's not Seraphim faction, at least in this game, he does have the missile tech for those cruisers. Port Bomber stacking up, waiting to probably engage the cruisers, or maybe the destroyers, probably the cruisers, because they are the things that are more annoying to deal with. A couple of ooh, that's a chunk of engineers dead for Team 2. There's another chunk of engineers dead. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Lots of dead engineers, which means things progress a little bit slowly. There's a lot of dead engineers with that one bomber. T3 Navy, of course, is half done producing that Neptune, and that will change the engagement for Team 1 in the north quite considerably. T3 is now done producing an Omen immediately for Turbo 2. He's trying to keep his teammate on the front line alive. We do see a transport with some engineers on board, and I give you one guess. The first two don't count to where they are going. That's going to be to that side island. So at 20 minutes on the clock, Team 1 and Team 2, over 700. Team 1, a little bit more, about 35 or 40 more mass income than Team 2, but not by much. Naval engagement's about even, but the only difference, of course, is Team 2 is not down a player like Team 1. So it is a 4v3. I will note that this game is not an hour long. It's about probably, I think it's 51 minutes or something. But still plenty of time to see those big tools of destruction that we all love to see. And here come those engineers dropping off. Hopefully go for a maybe immediate Team 1 PD. Team 1 PD immediately going to be built by Seraphim Noob. He catches it at the last second. And there's a counter Team 1 PD built. Now it's just going to be Team 1 PD versus Team 1 PD. The PD targeting the engineers. The PD from Team 1 targeting the PD now. Oh, and of course the better capable engineers, because, you know, they have more engineering prowess than Team 2's T1s. Able to pump out a lot of Team 1 PD very, very quickly. Going to build a facility. Actually, going to build a shield first. And then build some PD to enact their taking over of the island. So nice counter there by Team 2. Wasn't able to actually make it, but it was a nice job nonetheless. It did wipe out one of the engineers at a bare minimum, so that's something. And there goes the Neptune. The other facilities have been destroyed so that they can make way for the summit to make its appearance. And there is the Omen from Team 1. The Neptune-class battlecruiser is soon to reach Pants Commander. He's still in the green. He's taking constant torpedoes from Team 2. It's just like, nah, it's fine. It's chipping the paint, but nothing too bad. And it looks like air grid expansion for Printer. He is really printing out those air facilities. Team 1, not as much for Pants. He's maybe going to split up a little bit more, but a lot more air producing facilities for Team 2 than Team 1. Which usually means Team 2 will usually win the air game here shortly. We do see some Torp Bombers stacking up as well as ASFs as well. They'll probably, maybe we even go for the Battlecruiser first. And Team 1 is starting to be hemmed in to their beach. Team 2, not really the same issue. T3 Navy, not underway yet. T3 Navy, not underway yet in the southeast. But T3 Air is online. He is Aeon, which means he can go for the Solaces, which might actually be a little bit more beneficial for really driving the point home of no cruisers and no battleships for Team 1. Again, same thing can happen for Team 1's Sains as well. He only has T2 Land, no T2 Air, which I feel like is a little surprising considering he is a naval player, but, you know, to each their own. Another destroyer off the assembly line. Another battleship about to make its appearance. Team 2's Resistance produces his battleship and now producing engineers for something. Looks like he's transferring them over to his main base to go for T3 Pigeons and the like. Actually, no. Looks like he's going to actually traverse to the other pond and help assist with the eastern side as well. So just trying to keep as much of the pressure off of both naval encounters as much as possible. I do like the splitting up, though. The only downside is he's not hyper-focusing on one, which means that it won't be a clear victory or an easier victory for one, but you know, he's just helping out the naval players as much as possible. Team 1's Pants still keeping this facility online. TMD, love to see it. Would actually maybe like to see a TML here, just to maybe launch at the T2 Naval Headquarters for at least one of the two players in the pond to the west. And Pants back on the transport. Don't know where he's going. Maybe he's going back to base. Don't know what he's up to, but he's doing something. Again, not a lot of facilities for Pants. He's sitting at 44 ASFs for Team 1. Team 2's Printer probably sitting at, I was going to say almost double that, 71. So air is in control for Team 2. Not dominance yet. Soon will be with all of these facilities spamming up all of the nonsense. And of course, customary SMD facility, air staging facility, mixed in as well with an Omni, with some T1 PD, it looks like, and some AA and TMD shields, both T2 and T3. Wow, this is a really good mix of stuff. And are those mass fabs? I think those are mass fabs. Yeah, they have to be mass fabs. They're not Team 1 P-Gens, maybe just to cut down on the mass requirement for the SMD, just to load it just a little bit faster. And now we see Omen coming into the causeway. Nothing's really going to survive. The Omni is going to go down here shortly, I would surmise, especially being next to the T3 mechs there. I heard an explosion somewhere. Don't know what it was. But Pants, it's kind of stressing me out because I feel like I'm going to miss his kill or his death or something on board that transport. And it's just it's 2 battleships to 1 battleship and 1 battle cruiser. Second battleship coming online. Everything transferred over to, not Resistance, but Seraphim from Resistance so he can micro his forces all together. And that Summit's just taking tons of punishment. 2 more battleships are inbound. Team 1's Turbo, again, with that secondary base in the middle of the map, really able to pump out those naval units. Spam, 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 spam from Team 2's Seraphim Noob, just to get as many Team 1 subs or Team 1 frigates online as fast as possible. We do see some Coopers. You rarely see some Coopers from Team 2's UEF players, or just UEF in general, because they are very, very weak. But they do provide a lot of torp defense and torpedoes, so they are the kind of the sub hunter, but they're not a sub for the UEF faction. ARAS started here for Terrari. Is he still? Yep, still named Delhi for whatever reason that's about. He's going to build another P-Gen mass fan farm to the west. 26 minutes on the clock. We are starting to get into that longer stage game in terms of longer range units, either nukes, artillery, game enders, all of the goods that we love to see. We do see a nice little Vesper trying to sneak by, and those Coopers like, you're not going anywhere. We see you. And those torpedoes are going to kill off that Vesper before it gets anywhere near important stuff. We do see T2 artillery batteries being built on the edge of that little island to just really pump out as much damage as possible to those naval spam facilities. And looks like Seraphim Noob just really trying to deny or delay Team 1 as much as possible. I think he sees that the writing's on the wall, especially with 5 battleships already online. The one that Team 2's Resistance built is now dead. And I think that Neptune is all... No, that's a destroyer. I wonder where that Neptune went. Oh, he's up here. Looks like the Neptune going after the artillery, but looks like it's being ignored. I'm kind of surprised we don't see more torp bombers from Team 2. We do see a couple of the Shockers. None of those Solaces, unfortunately. The radar system is down. The T3 mechs is down. And everything else in the middle is going to be down here shortly. We have to crush, by the way, says Resistance. 2 Omens, 3 Omens, and a Tempest now coming online. Team 1's looking pretty good in Navy. Team 2 going to go for their own Tempest, and they have 2 battleships already online as well from Resistance. He's pumping out battleships day and night. And it's going to be a long, drawn-out battle in the north, at least. We have more and more battleships moving into the cove. All right, maybe it's bay, maybe not cove. Because I think a cove is just a covered bay, I think is really what the description of it is. We have a couple of Corsairs going after the Omen assistance from Printer a little bit, but I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage to that first battleship. And that battleship producing capable facility probably just going to be ignored for a little bit just because it's really not going to live much longer. And the Corsair is doing actually a pretty good job of staying on target. Oh, 417 hit points. And there he goes. Looks like it was a direct impact from a torpedo. And it looks like the ASF's donated over to Seraphim Noob, coincidentally enough. Very interesting that the air player hands them over. Don't know what he's up to, but looks like he's microing something else, I guess. ASF sitting over the top as those Corsairs continue to bombard those battleships, not targeting the core mechs. There's so many facilities spamming out frigates. And, of course, the T21 spamming out some of those Coopers, just trying to get as much damage downrange. There is a Summit that did somehow make it off the assembly line before the headquarters was not even eliminated. What's up with that? And the Omens are falling back. Looks like Team 1 still pumping out Omens, but looks like it's a little bit more aircraft carrier technology now. Terrari finishes his Tempest, and soon the Tempest for Team 1's Sane should be done. Oh, look. Okay, there goes the facility. I was going to say it's not going to last much longer. There it goes. One frigate makes it off the assembly line before it is destroyed. And now we have Team 1's forces almost going to just get stuck in the bay there. Of course, they're still running amok for Team 2. Team 1 not wanting to engage. And that's partly because if Team 1 were to engage, Team 2 would win the air fight. And they know it. So they're trying to stay as out of range as possible, while being somewhat near just in case somebody makes a mistake. But to the eastern pond, southern pond, southeastern pond, whatever pond you want to call it, Tempest is inbound. Team 1's Tempest is inbound as well. It's going to be a battle of numbers, I think, at this point. Tons of these Vespers sitting on top of one another, hanging out behind that nice little summit. And another one now off the assembly line. It's more and more Vespers. And it's battleships. So Team 2's Resistance going battleships. And then we have Terrari going Tempest. And all of the nonsensical Vespers and Destroyers. So the T2 units and the T4. And then the T3 for the other player. I like the divvying up of responsibilities. But look at this nonsense. Look at them all. Look at it. Look at them all. They're all producing units on. Oh, that is insane. It's like I'm watching a Satisfactory game or something, or Satisfactory, or like a factory building game or something, where you're just producing stuff. Look at that nonsense. Look at it. It's insane. How many of them are still alive? I imagine 71. Just 71 Team 1 naval facilities. Because why not? And it's really slowing down the naval fleet. And Team 1. We do see the Neptune finally gets destroyed, unfortunately. And I feel like, again, the subs would be probably a little bit better. Yeah, frigates are probably more annoying, but I feel like subs would really do a little bit more damage to at least the overall forces from Team 1. We do see some Vespers are inbound, and they're trying to go in. Probably go after this right here, would be my guess. And the ASFs are just going to sit there and hang out. Omni here maybe, says Pants. Did Team 2 replace their Omni? They did not. So that's not good for Team 2. Probably should fix that here shortly. And the fleet engages to the east. Tons and tons and tons of Vespers online for Team 2. And they are eating those battleships for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. And, of course, midnight snack. Gotta always get that midnight snack in there. And it's just constant spam of torpedoes. Look at all the dead frigates down there. Look at them all sinking to the bottom of the pond. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battleships plus a Tempest versus 1, 2, 3 battleships and 1 Tempest. But those Vespers are cleaning house. And is that Tempest? Nope, not producing stuff on its back. I feel like that's somewhat of a missed opportunity. Ooh, ASFs. Ooh, Seraphim Noob, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing on board that transport? He's trying to land his comm, what Team 1's Pants was going to do earlier in the game. Transport is going to drop off the comm, and he's going to be stuck there. He's going to die there, and he might just live there for now on. There are some Team 1 PD emplacements that will hamper his movement a little bit. He does have the gun upgrade, and he's targeting them now. So while Sains is distracted with this, it looks like he has been spotted. And so that might steer his focus away a little bit. Team 2's spam facilities are not looking good. T2 Naval Headquarters is down. And again, it's just going to be a delaying tactic from here on out. And another PD is down. T3 mixes are going to go down for Saints here shortly. 32 on the clock. Most of the Vespers have been dealt with. Tempest still alive. Team 1 still has a bunch of battleships remaining. We do see another Tempest is online. Team 1's building another one over here as we speak. And another one is coming online. Already half done for Terrari. Not Delhi, but Terrari. And battleships are moving in. Ooh. Seraphim Noob, I feel like you're going to be targeted here shortly. And Overcharge kills off the Asylum, protecting those T3 mexes. And there goes the other Asylum. And I wonder if he's going to... Well, that Overcharge completely misses that T1 AA emplacement. Ooh, Seraphim Noob takes a couple of shots to the back of the head. Those, of course, Omens are within range of the comm. And it's going to be just a slow, maybe slow kill, maybe fast kill, who knows. I don't know if he wants to be out of the game or not, or if it's just a distraction. But those Vespers are still inbound. Oh, look, he is producing stuff on the back of that Tempest. Love to see it. Ooh, some dancing. Ooh, oh, jeez. He's just trying to dance. Look at him dance. Look at him dance. He's at 5-star vet, not producing, but regenerating 40 hit points a second at 4,000 hit points remaining. He's just dancing. He's dancing. He's still alive. He's back up in the yellow. The battleships are switching their targets onto the Vespers to deal with them. Now I feel like it's just, can they keep him alive? The Tempest is down, and the Omens have switched their targets back onto Seraphim Noob, and there he goes! Almost kills off that other T3 mech. Team 2 loses their first player of the game. 34 minutes on the clock, and Laser is done on Printer's comm, which makes me think he's going to go for either cloaking or teleporter here shortly. SMD, of course, is loaded and almost second loaded. Team 1, SMD is loaded halfway to a second with mass FAF farming going down, and maybe the start of a game ender. Maybe not. We shall see. 34 minutes on the clock, and one player is dead over here on that island. The other one died in the causeway, so it's a 3v3 game. Team 2, Seraphim Noob, was essentially out of the game for the most part due to the fact that his base and his pond was already essentially won by that point. Torrents are now on the scene for Team 1, bombarding Team 2 with spam missile tech. It's like having one of those spearheads, but then having I think it's two of them, because don't they launch like 5 missiles or 6 missiles or something? Well, spear, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my! That's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not 20 missiles. It's like having 5 spearheads on that weapons platform. Dang, that's a lot of firepower. Tempest for Team 2, actually on the shoreline for Team 1, hanging out up here. Took out all the core mexes for Sains. Now they're targeting the new units coming off the assembly line. The Tempest is half done over there. Omen is down. Those Vespers are coming really handy. And again, it's going to be bombardment all day from the north, and Team 2 has to replicate that to try to just drive down a little bit of that firepower from Team 1, at least slow it down of being produced. No game render has made its appearance yet that I have noticed. That is a shield, nothing of note. And Team 2, nothing of note yet anywhere else that you would normally suspect. We do see a couple of gunships hanging out. They're gone. They kill off another mech before they die. Didn't think that you have air. Said Seraphim Noob. I'll make Paris. Sains. Pretty sure you don't. Seraphim Noob. And we do see it's Vespers versus Vespers. So it's just about numbers at that point. And another Omen is not going to last much longer. Team 2's combined efforts of Resistance and Terrari really punching their way in. There are transports with a couple of engineers on board. Don't know where they're going yet, but they're gearing up for something. Maybe the side island. I don't know. We have a couple of whalers over here hanging out. Killed off that mech. There's still 2 mechs here. And it looks like slow encroachment of the main facilities. Another Tempest is online. Tons of reclaim on the map, of course, given this is a SETON'S game. Currently sitting at 236,000 and climbing. Enough to build anything in the game at a bare minimum. Tempest hanging out. Looked like weird color scheme for a second, or weird glitching on board that that model there. But the Tempest targeting the mexes and kills off everything that's here. Misses the T3 mex if that's what it was originally targeting. We have engineers just slowly coasting around the bay there, and it looks like Destroyer kills off a cruiser and lessens a little bit of firepower from Team 2. Omen still taking damage, and new Tempest is online, and the second one about to come online as well. There's 2 Tempests online for Team 2, and they're zooming in. They're closing in on Team 1's Tempest. There's the engineer. Oh, he survives. He's trying to reclaim for his families. And 552 mass. Ooh, double shot from those Tempests. It's like you're taking a shot of espresso or something. And one more burst should be enough from either Tempest. And looks like, yep, one will kill him off. The other one will go after the Omen. Nice distribution of damage there. And the new Omen, a new Tempest is almost done. Second one has been started. Just spam the engineers. feel like that's a lot of mass being thrown into that. Might be worth it to spend it on something else. Maybe engineers moving northward, maybe collaborating on a project, maybe possibly maybe here shortly. Team 1 on the northern side really just punishing the Causeway player for Team 2's resistance. TMD is not going to be enough under the firepower of that magnitude. Turbo 2 sitting at 6 of them, so that's 120 missiles per burst. They all fire at the same time. Lots. That's a lot of missiles. Another Tempest is online. Another one's going to come online. This one is about to finish. Oh, I like that color scheme where it was kind of a darker color with the highlight versus the white color with the highlight. I kind of like that. Could be kind of nice little way to redesign the units. Oh, Omen gets double hit, gets overkilled by those Tempests. But hey, there's only one battleship and one Tempest left for Team 1. Team 2 has 3 Tempests. Looks like Resistance has slowed down production of the everything due to the fact that his main base is gone. Fat Boy is being built by Resistance because why not? Not TMD, but SMD is now down. Team 2's only SMDs are here and here. And there could be a naval nuke that comes in from the edge of the map and wipes out a section of Team 2's mass fab farms. Got to watch out for that. Nothing big and crazy happening in the base for Team 1 as of yet. And Tempest now bombarding some P-gens. Goes off that TMD. Nice little volcano just doing what it does best. And that Tempest is now down. The newly minted one is already gone. And another battleship about to die. Again, I feel like as much as Team 1 Saints is really delaying Team 2's advancements into the, well, actual landmass of Team 1, I don't know if it's worth the mass cost for everything. I feel like they could be producing something else. Looks like he's getting more mass fabs online to the north to get some more eco. But to be fair, Team 1's at 1.2 and Team 2's at 859, so not doing good for Team 2 for eco-wise. Fat Boy is now done. As much as I like the Fat Boy option, I don't know if it's that valuable. It looks like he's sending it westward, but Pigeon's about to go down. He's standing next to that. Not a good place to stand. Definitely there are better places to stand, like underneath the pond or underneath the water or underneath a bunch of shielding or underneath the the surface of the waves and underneath shielding if you have a bulwark, for example. Ooh, that's a chunk of engineers dead. And Team 1, it's just I don't know if this is all worth the mass cost. They have the mass advantage. I just feel like they could be spending mass on something else. And SACU dies somewhere. I don't see where it was. Looks like, why did they shoot at that mech? Looks like there was a unit from Team 1 and the mech goes down. That's sad. 27 mass a second is gone. And Resistance is now underneath the surface of the waves. The Pigeon's going to go down. And there goes some more TMD. And it's just a losing battle for TMD. And those missiles will eventually not be effective because they'll go out of range. But they still have... they can probably get to about here. They move a little bit closer. But again, it's a losing battle. Monkey Lord online. Team 2 is prepping a land counter to Team 1's that is inbound. We see a chicken over here and a bunch of stuff being built over there. Essentially, we have some base trading going down shortly. And another Omen is done. We have frigates getting into it. The Tempest is almost done. Might as well target the engineers. Target the T3 naval headquarters. Target something. It's not worth going after the Tempest if you can just deny its construction. That way you can deal with it at a later date and it'll just slowly lose mass anyways. And maybe those Tempests just really want that veterancy. A new Tempest is online. Immediately fires a volley near some engineers. And the T3 naval headquarters is down. And that is going to be the end of Navy for Team 1 in the southern pond, eastern pond, southeastern pond, this corner of the map pond, something. We do have a couple of Terrari's Cormorant class torpedo bombers just sitting over there. TMD trying to be spammed up as much as possible. Looks like he's really started for cash resistance. He's only on 41 mass a second. Then we have some volcanoes littering, at least somewhat mixed in there. We have more TMD being built protecting Terrari stuff. And honestly, at that point, the missiles can't really reach. Oh, no. That megalith is getting bombarded by missile fire. And it's standing still. And it's a slow guy, especially moving backwards. So those missiles will hit him for a ton of damage. And it looks like maybe Team 1 doesn't see him anymore due to the snow. They still see him. Chicken is like, hey, you should go that way. And Turbo's like, engage, engage, engage. It is a perfect engagement point because the crab's distracted with stuff over here. And sensor package started for Sains Com to the northeast. It's done with that. He's like, get me out of there. Team 2 owns the southeastern pond. 42 minutes on the clock. Somebody is building something somewhere, you would imagine, at 42 minutes. No? No? Really? No one's building anything big, critical, annoying nonsense? Nothing? That's a little disappointing, I feel like. Does that fat boy have shield? That fat boy does not have shield. Has shield now, technically. What are you doing, says Turbo. And the chicken's going to give the crab a nice little hug. And it's just missile bombardment. For now, 42 minutes in climbing. And we do see the mixes have pretty much all been dealt with in the Causeway and soon to be Sains position. So essentially it's the same situation for both teams, except Team 1 got the ball rolling a little bit sooner. And that eco is still flowing in. 1.5. I was going to say, was that a Paragon for a second? But no, it was not. I was about to be... okay, I was just joking. Never mind. Jarari, 43 minutes on the clock, going for Paragon. Well outside of range of the Torrent class missile ships. And where are they all, honestly? Oh, they're there. Yeah, that's their range. They can't even get anywhere near that. They can't even get to the T3 air headquarters, so no way they're getting anywhere near that. TMD being still built. Love to see those lines just spammed up as quickly as possible. GC said by Sever from Noob. I don't even know what I said. That's Sarah from Noob. So land defenses need to be on point. Monkey Lord running around. Crab running around. Is that same crab is still alive? What? That's impressive. Land forces are trying to build another chicken. Chicken's going to be reclaimed because Team 1 knows it's not going to be built in time. GC is done. And now the Tempests are just sitting in the bay doing as much damage as possible. I am surprised that Team 2's Terrari is not going for his own missile ships. I feel like that'd be a nice little revenge. I can't talk. Nice little revenge. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those online. He could probably control K a couple of them and scoop up the reclaim. But to be fair, he is scooping up reclaim down here. Which, speaking of reclaim, 200, almost 1,000 more mass. More for Team 2's reclaim than Team 1. And in terms of total mass recruit, it's not that far behind in terms of percentages. Team 1's about 120,000 more, but honestly, Team 2's maybe going to catch up with all the reclaim. That's possible. Not out of the realm of impossibility, to be fair. Another GC coming online. We have Harbingers running around. This would be a nice counter to all the TMD. We have not a whole lot being built. Ravagers are being built. Actually, there's a little bit of a hill in the way, a little bit of a rock that's kind of sitting there. Fatboy is moving back, and Resistance still sitting underneath the waves. How's the Paragon doing? Well, I love the lines of shielding being built. Paragon's at 25% and climbing. Team 1, again, you're at 1.4, 1.5K. You have to be thinking about how to end this game, and just have not made the attempt to do so. I don't see anything, and I'm just super... Oh, looks like that's a nuke formation. That's as big as what you would put a nuke in, a little square like that. Maybe. Speaking of nuke, who launched the nuke? Oh my, 3 sub-nukes are inbound. And they're inbound for these positions. That SMD only has 1 missile loaded. Ooh, it might get a second in time, but not a third. There's another SMD. There's another SMD. That one's loaded. It might be enough. Ravagers are opening up. There's one. Oh, no. I thought both of those SMDs were going for the same target. Ooh, that would have been bad. Oh, there's another new. Oh, it went further in. The Paragon is going to be denied. And Team 2's goal for Infinite Money Glitch is soon to be destroyed. SMD trying to be loaded. It's not going to be enough. And that's going to be the denial of that Paragon. No more SMD charges, says Terrari. Yep. And that's a GG from Sarah from Noob. There goes all the everything. Here goes the Paragon. Kaboom! SMD survives. But mexes are down. Paragon was only, again, to be fair, only 25% done, to be fair. So it wasn't that far along. But still, nothing we could do. I mean, it's irrelevant. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. For quite some time, it says Resistance. The eco advantage is just really starting to crush Team 2 at this point. Oh, just can't seem to hit Seraphim. Nobody's hiding behind this little mountain here. And again, still no plans to end the game with any big ticket items. And the land invasion not going to work. Team 2's resistance control Ks. Seeing that the end is in sight. GG's out in the chat. And now the Tempests are coming back to help assist with defense. Team 2 still sitting in a good position, to be honest. They're not completely out of the game yet, but if Team 1 did decide to go for a game ender or even just basic artillery, that would probably be it. SMD not loaded. SMD is loaded. Another one is going to be built. This one is not loaded. So now it's just going to be how fast can Team 1 spam up the naval nukes. There are 5 of those silencers. Definitely a good name for those. That one killed off 78,000 mass. Everything else killed off, 200, 300 with the missiles on board. Scout again, so there's turbo. And it's not going to be enough. I don't think Team 2 has enough in the tank at this point. No, their naval nuke is inbound. And that's probably going to be the end of Terrari's stuff. Oh, that one's loading. It's not going to load in time, though. How's he doing on power? Ooh, it's barely staying positive for the most part. That's 3 SMDs, 2 that are underway, 4 SMDs. Is this one loaded? Nope. Oh, that's going to be the end of Terrari right there. All of his mexes and all of the SMDs. Actually, one of them is going to be out of range. But kaboom! 3 of those 4 core mexes are down. The stuff up here is down. Team 2 is losing lots and lots of steam. Missiles are inbound. And they're going to kill off one of the Tempests. I don't know how top was lost at minute 0, says Terrari. Chicken is inbound. Just still nothing. Okay, Scath, this is a little too late at this point. Little too late, I think. You have, this section is gone, this section is gone, this section is pretty much gone. So you're left with the air players, eco, everything else on Team 1. This is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine. This is pretty much gone, and this is gone. So, in terms of bases, Team 1's just been leading by that, and they're building so much more mass fabs and whatnot. It just doesn't even matter. SMD is down. There is a backup one over here that is lovely to see, but Harbingers are inbound targeting P-Gens. It's over at this point. Team 2 did a valiant job of defending, but Turbo, I think, getting that second base, winning top Navy, and then just crushing everything else south of that probably is what did Team 2 in. They had a good thing going this way, but it was taking a little too long, and Sainz is really just being like, I'm just gonna keep them at bay for as long as possible. It just is unfortunate, but it sometimes just doesn't matter. You can do as much as you can, but it just does not matter at the end of the day. We do see Printer's base is being removed from the queue, I think would be a good way to put that. P-Gen is down, and Mexes are down. Yeah, it's just not going to go well for Team 2. Laser is activated. Hey, there's that. Laser versus laser, maybe? Laser versus laser. And Printer is down. There he goes.
Strategic launch detected.
Nuke is inbound. Terrari is the remaining, or Delhi, I should say, is the last remaining on Team 2. And here comes the Nuke. Is there an SMD? There's not an SMD loaded. And SMD, oh, that one just got built. And Terrari control case before the Nuke can land. And it didn't even matter, even if it did land. Oh, there it is. Last second Nuke landing. Ooh, that would have been super unfortunate if Team 1's Nuke didn't land, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for a team, even if they have a lot going for them this way. I do feel, like I said, I do feel like it was the Turbo getting the second base, crushing Navy, and then crushing, well, everything else with either the silencers or the missile spam. The great moves by Team 1's Turbo. He gets MVP for me in this game. Let me know down in the comments what you felt overall. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.